to Darkfelt's not so obvious tips for getting started in Black Desert Online. Here's the first tip, and that is observation mode. This is a mode that allows you to move within a certain distance of your character just by using the WASD, Q for up, E for down. And to get into that mode, I'll show you real quick, you simply run your character up to a wall, put their back to the wall, and then back into it for about 3 seconds, and your character will lean against the wall, allowing you to press R, entering observation mode. Great for doing a little exploring because you can look around aggressive NPCs if you needed to. You could explore an area. You can actually go inside structures as long as you're within the distance from your character. And if you ever at any time you just push R and you'll go right back to your character and you're ready to move on. My second not so obvious tip is going to be this little magnifying glass here. If you click that once, it gives you a menu of all the amenities in the game. It will, if you right click on one of these, it'll take you to the closest spot. So say I need storage, I will right click on storage. It's going to simply path me to the storage. Of course, I'm on a rooftop, so my character stops. I have to manually jump off, click it again. Click it twice, because once it's on, you click it off, you click it again, you're back on, runs you to your destination. And that brings me to my next tip, and that is storage. So when you're getting started out, you're going to be very short on bank space. This can be expanded little by little, but it takes a while to get bank space. So here's something you can do, and that is go to your stable. And at your stable, you can click on stable, and you can purchase a farm cart for 180,000. That will be a trivial amount when you're in your maybe mid-30s. That'll start to be a trivial amount, and you can use these carts for extra storage. You have 4 slots you can keep mounts in per town. So just bring one out, and then turn around and F1 to open the cart, and you can keep extra stuff right there in your cart. And my next not so obvious tip is the quest log. If you mouse over here, it gives you your active quests. Right here in the middle is the arrange by distance. So as you click it, you can arrange it by no arrangement. The little down arrow is the one you want, and that means the top quest listed is the closest to you. So if you click the button, it'll run you towards the quest, whatever it may be. That'll be the closest one to you. It's really handy when you're starting out. You've got a whole bunch of quests where you got to talk to different people. The top one will always be the closest step to you. So as you go through those quests, just keep on clicking on the top one, running to the next destination, and you'll burn through those quests a lot faster. And the next not so obvious tip is how to get started in fishing. If you're in Velia, come down on the docks here near the storage. There's lots of people on this server that like to hang out here. But down here on the docks, there's this little otter looking guy. Go up to him, buy a fishing pole. For 500, buy your first fishing pole. And then go down to water, the water's edge here. Hit I for inventory. Right click on your pole. And you can see the durability, this is good for 30 casts. So if you have 30 slots, it would fill it, although a lot of it's junk. I like to check this little box, save space. You hit the space bar, and it'll just start fishing. That's all there is to it. There is a little mini game when you get a bite. You can reel it in by hitting space at the right time, and then typing in WASD combinations. Or if you just leave it, you can go AFK and fish all night. Every 3 minutes with a fish on it, it'll reel in after 3 minutes automatically without doing the mini game. Some of these fish, as you can see, they're worth quite a bit. I mean, 11,000. Some are worth a whole lot more. And then when you're done, make sure you unequip that fishing pole because it impedes your movement. And you can take that, and once you have the fish, go to the trade manager. And you can click on trade, and then you can sell them all at once. What I like to do is the bargain mini game. Uses 5 energy, and it's kind of random. The idea is you want to get this level. Sometimes it's just not possible, sometimes it is. And there we go. Bargain success. You can see all the amounts on the fish they'll sell for is way more than it was before. Click sell all at once. And there you can see my silver just went up quite a bit. And next step I'm going to show you is at the marketplace. Now sometimes in the marketplace you're going to have an item that you're looking for that is not available, but there's a way to get alerted whenever it becomes available if somebody lists it. So I'm looking for Hungarian gloves. I don't want these that are already enchanted, I just want the cheap ones. So I come down here, there's none listed, it's grayed out. I click on it. Down here in the bottom right, click notification, and it says registration complete. Now whenever one becomes available, down in the bottom right corner here, a little box pop up saying that somebody listed one. Now if it's a high demand item, it might not be available by the time you get back there, but it's at least a way to see when something gets listed. Okay, my next few tips are going to be for what to do while AFK to improve your character. This is a game where you really never want to log off. If you push the P button, it'll show you your statistics. Over here on the right in the green bars is training. You have breath. And again, these might change. This is on the Korean server. They might change that when they go to the US server. It might change some of the terminologies. But basically, this is your stamina bar. And your stamina is if you push shift while you run, you can see a little gray bar pop up. It's used in several things, such as the fast dodging moves. It's used. Anyways, you can level that up simply by running. Whenever you run, that levels up. You gain experience. So if you want to run, this is something we've covered in other videos, but I'll just go over it real quick. M for map. Right click somewhere on the map, and then hold down Alt and right click on yourself, and it will create a loop. And it's in green, it means it's a closed loop. Come out and push T and just let it go all night, and this will level your breath, and you'll have more stamina. Make sure you do this in a city, because once you see I just entered a combat zone, some jokers will come along and kill you, so you will not get the experience for that night of work. The second thing you can do is go to a trade manager. So again, I'll click my magnifying glass and right click on trade manager. And this one happens to be right here. Click on trade, and you can just buy a cheap pack, so like this wishing kite or first aid. Okay, so I'll click on take for the dwarf tool pack. I just want one. It's going to cost me 2,600. Click purchase all. It says your mount is nearby. Do you want to place it on your mount? No, you don't. You want it on your back. And it tells you you're going to move slow. Yep, I know. And then escape out of that. Now I've got a pack on my back, and now I can use that same technique of setting a closed loop, right clicking, Alt, click back, press T. It's going to run that while I'm AFK. It'll just keep on running back and forth on that loop. You can see there's a guy right there doing the same thing. And what that's going to do is level your strength, allows you to carry more goods in your pack. That comes in very handy. You'd be surprised how much you need strength in the later levels. Early levels, it wasn't so much. The third one you can level while AFK. You really need a Naga mouse to do this one, or maybe a automated keyboard, a macro keyboard. But here's what I do. I keep a cheap food, a stack of cheap food. I've got 107. And every time you eat a stat food, it's going to give you experience on health. I'm level 16, and I've probably been doing this for 4 or 5 days. Pretty much whenever I'm playing or AFKing, I'm eating food as you can only eat one every 30 minutes. So like every couple of minutes it just pushes my O key or 0 key, which is on my hot bar. I hot slot the food and just have it hit them. So the pack is actually an item in your inventory, and when you're done with it, you can right click on it, and you can only do this once. After you've done this once, you won't be able to do this again. You'll have to just destroy it or sell it. But click that. It actually gave me some knowledge of that pack. Not sure what that's good for. Still learning. I've only been playing a little over a week now. Anyway, the last thing you can do while AFK is going to be get on your mount and run again, just that closed loop. Now, your mount has to get up to a run speed for it to gain levels, but you push P again, it gives you the mount interface. I've done this up to level 23 now. Have a stack of carrots in your inventory. You can see I always keep, I don't have them with me, I always keep a stack of a couple hundred carrots with me, and check that little box and your horse will just eat them as the stamina gets low, and that'll level up your mount. Again, you want to do this in safe zones. Don't set a path like I did here where you're going outside of the city safe zone line, because people can attack you. As your mount levels, you'll get more of these special abilities, and some of them will need to be leveled. So again, if you have like a Naga mouse or a macro keyboard, you can level these skills up to 100% so they don't fail. Just so you know what it looks like, if you like, for instance, I'll do a skill here. It gives you a mini game if it fails and you fall off your horse, and it's actually pretty comical. But you can level these up with a macro keyboard or a Naga mouse. For example, I'll show you this one right here. If you back up to a wall so that when you fall off the horse you're standing next to the horse, and I'll use this charge one. You actually gotta face the right way. So charge's the ability, I have it about 50%. And when it fails, just hitting spacebar. See, it fails, I fall off the horse, and I can just hit R and it'll get back on the horse. So you can come up with a series of keystrokes to play automated. You could do this inside a house so you're not out in the open. So that does it for my not so obvious tips getting started with Black Desert Online. Hope to see you in game.